Hi guys, Mauro here. I wouldn't be surprised if most of you, as I did in the past when I was younger, don't really think about the decisions that the decisions that you're making every single day, even the smallest decisions, what you're gonna wear, and let's say just putting a shirt on or something, the way you look and the way you feel, or just choosing your food, or making plans with your friends, even the things that look more insignificant. I went through that unconsciously when I was a kid. It was because nobody taught me how that is gonna create, or is gonna be part of my formation as a person, part of my presence, part of everything that we are, and all the skills that we develop, guys. Talking like endurance, and talking about willpower and determination, and things like that. It's mostly mentally the way it's going to affect you, but the difficult part is that it happens unconsciously. We are conscious making a decision, and in that consciousness, in the moment that we know we're making a decision, the truth is that we are unconscious because we are not really aware of what's going on beyond just making that decision over and over, beyond going the same routine every day. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that, and let's start with experiences. Every time we experience something, everything that happens to you is gonna is gonna have a thought, and those thoughts are gonna create a feeling. So everything that you do comes with a thought, and it comes with a feeling. Thoughts and feelings, it's something that sometimes we have it in your head. If you have it in your head, or you have it in your body, which more like a sensation, it's very easy to go around. Thoughts and feelings, the way you think, is very easy to go to, and turns into the way you feel, or the way you feel is very easy to turn around and go into the way you think. So it's a cycle that is very easy to go around, whether you're thinking something and you allow your body to feel it, or whether you're feeling something and you allow your mind to absorb it and accept it. So this a cycle that can go. That's why it's important to be mindful and be conscious of the decisions that we make, because everything that we do pretty much has an impact on who we are. So let's just start with that. Experiences become thoughts, and they become emotions as well, or feelings, and that is a cycle that can affect. You can wake up one day feeling good. Let's say that you're going to have a competition, a swimming competition. You can wake up that day feeling really well, but in your mind, you're not. Your body feels good, but in your mind, you're like, I don't really know if I'm ready for this. I don't really know if I got in me what it takes to win this thing. So, see, you start being self-doubt. You start self-doubting, being nervous, doubting yourself. That's gonna go to your body. That's very probably gonna go to your body. It's That's why it's so important to keep your mind, be aware of what's going on in your head, and also I like to say it's in your heart and your mind, to think about the body and the mind. But the truth is that the heart, I mean, it's not just the heart, it's the whole body that can feel the shivers, or can be trembling, or can be nervous. So past experiences become thoughts and feelings. And when you lead those past experiences over and over, it becomes an addiction. You create the chemicals that your body gets used to it every single day. So if every morning you wake up and you have a cup of coffee, the next day you're gonna do the same thing, and the next day you're gonna do the same thing. So one day you stop doing it after a while, let's say after 1 month or so, your body you start craving the coffee, because your body got used to that. It became addicted to the chemicals that you create with the coffee. So that's what happens in your head. Everything that we do, you're creating chemicals. Every decision that you make, those chemicals, you're sending them to your body. And if you do it over and over, your body's gonna get used to that. It becomes addicted to it. So what happens when let's say that you want to stop drinking coffee, and you say, okay, I'm not going to drink coffee anymore. So obviously the body is used to the resistance. So what's going to happen is, because it's addicted to chemical, in the morning, at the time that you usually had the coffee, you're gonna start feeling, you're gonna start craving it, and it's gonna be your body fighting it, saying, dude, you're supposedly at this time, you give me that chemical, you give me that coffee. or if you're the kind of guy that is used to get really pissed when you're in the traffic at 7 o'clock in the morning, and you say, you know what, I'm gonna change today, and I'm not gonna get mad. So you're driving peacefully, and you're not letting the guys cutting in your way or the guy changing lanes like crazy drive you nuts. Your body's gonna fight it and say, dude, this is the time of the day when you usually go nuts, when you usually do this, when you usually do that. The body creates its like own schedule with the chemical things, with everything that you have done, the routine that you have. It creates a chemical, and it's gonna ask you for it at the time of the day. And if you do react differently, it's gonna fight it like that. So the moment the moment that you decide to change, you stop the chemicals. Your body's addicted to it. It's like an addicted person. So what happens when you cut completely the drugs from that person? Well, that person starts having withdrawals, and that's what your body. That's why it's so difficult to fight it. That's why it's so difficult. The most difficult part of changing is not making the same decisions every single day, and those things, those thoughts, the language, the self-language that you have talking to you, saying, come on, give it to me, you can do it tomorrow, you can wait, I mean, when you want to change, you're not good to it, you're not entitled. What makes you think that you can do it? All that stuff is just your body fighting it. And your body's fighting it because when your body becomes addicted to it and you keep the same routine, your body becomes the alpha. It's not your mind that is in charge anymore. It's your body that is in charge. So when you stop feeding the addicted person of the drug, which in this case is your body, of course it's gonna have withdrawals, and it's gonna fight it like crazy. And it's gonna fight it with negative self-language. It's gonna fight it with any kind of external or internal stimulus. It can tell you, you're not good enough. You have this friend that was in the same situation, that he wanted to quit drinking coffee, and he wasn't able to do it. So what makes you think that you're good, that you're better than him, and you're gonna be able to achieve that? So those are the things that your body is gonna fight. And even if the body knows that it's something that is gonna mess you up, let's say if it's like in reality, it's like drugs. Even if the body knows that the drugs are gonna end up killing you, the body's gonna fight it. It doesn't matter. That's a problem with the body. When you get used to something, the body doesn't catalog. It doesn't label nothing. It doesn't say this thing is good to me and this thing is bad. It just you give it to him. Repetition, is gonna create that addiction. It creates that addiction, and it doesn't matter if it's something that is good or not. The body doesn't think like that. That's the difference between the mind and the body. The mind analyzes it, and it knows if it's good or not. The body doesn't care. It doesn't care if it's a drug. It doesn't care if it's soda. It doesn't care if it's something that it knows that's gonna make you slow and make you fat and make you sick and make you feel like crap. So it's gonna start giving you all that negative self-language, and it's gonna start making you feel those cravings, and it's gonna, even though it's something bad, people don't change because they rather keep doing something that they know is bad, but it's familiar. It's like saying, oh well, I'm gonna jump in they'd say, okay, don't jump in the water because there is a shark. Oh well, they still jump in the water because I already know that shark. I was there yesterday, and I was there the day before. So they do it over and over. They know that the bad thing that is there, it has become something familiar to them. So they rather jump in the water with that shark than go to another spot of water, and I don't know, even if they tell me that's perfect, there is no shark over there, or stop drinking the coffee, instead drink tea or drink water. Even your body rather goes, and people rather do the bad thing because they say, well, this is an evil that is familiar to me. I don't know about the other one. I know the other one is going to help me, but I'd rather go this way because it's just familiar. People think that, oh, it feels good. It feels like it should be what I do. It's not really that. When people say this thing I'm doing feels good, they're really saying this feels familiar. In any case, when you say, oh, you know what, I kind of feel better. It's more me when I wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning instead of waking up at 5. It's not really that. It's just that it's familiar. It's more comfortable because it's familiar to you. So what happened is that people rather stay in a place that is miserable than transcend the boundaries and go on uncharted territory. It's as simple as that. The other one has fear. I know this one, at least I know. I know it's gonna do. I know it's not good for me, but at least I know what to expect. But on this one, I don't know. I don't know what to expect. So I'd rather go here. Okay. And the most important, I think, the most dangerous and powerful thing of this is that it happens unconsciously. Like I say, people think that they're really thinking about the decisions that they're making, but the truth is that it's unconscious because you have been programmed, because you have been brainwashed, because you became addicted to what you're doing. So it's very important to pay attention. That's why it's so important to be mindful, to be conscious of the things that you're doing. The moment that you think that you cannot change something, that is the best proof that you became completely brainwashed by your environment, by society, by the people around you, by your friends, probably by your family, by your teachers, by the government, and everything else. The moment you say, I am not gonna, I cannot change, I cannot do this, I don't want to do this, and you don't even try new things because you think that this is the best thing ever and I'm not gonna change it. That moment you can consider yourself brainwashed completely. You're not in charge. You're not in charge of your life anymore. Because you gotta have the capability or the capacity to say, at least question things every now and then. Say, okay, I'm gonna try to find out a little bit about this to see what I think about it, or I'm gonna do research about this, or I'm gonna do research about that to see what I can learn from it. Okay, all right, guys. Well, I hope it helps. Give me a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.